A show that is here to give you a platform as a young person to be able to understand yourself and also contribute to your country's development, and also be able to understand all the national importance issues and how you can better your country, Uganda. Now we understand that career guidance is one of the issues that as young people we do need, most especially for those school-going young people. And as I can remember, when we were still in high school, we used to have people to come to our schools to do mentor us, for example, on which subjects to take in as far as what we want to become in the future is. And then when you get to A level at the same time, you have people to come and give you guidance on which course, combinations you're supposed to take. At the same time, we could get guidance about those subjects that we are to do in order to have the courses that we want to do at universities. But at the same time, even at universities, you will find that in first year, you have people to come and mentor you about the courses that you can be able to do. I don't know if that still happens, and that's the discussion that we're going to be having today in understanding whether career guidance is that necessary and understanding how instrumental it is in our personal growth as young people. I have a team of very capable, knowledgeable young people here today with me who are going to be helping us go into this very important discussion. Starting from my far left, gentlemen, welcome to Youth of Purpose, and kindly say hello to the viewer.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ivan. I'm Kamgisha Andrew, and I'm very glad and honored to be part of this show. Great to discuss.
Thank you, Andrew. Lady?
Thank you very much for the host. My name is Auma Oliver, a student at Chambogo University. I'm very glad to be part of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ivan. My name is Elijah Tushichire, and I'm very glad to be part of this show.
Thank you so much. Starting with you, Andrea, I want to understand basically when we talk about career guidance, before we go to its importance and how it can benefit the young people. What is career guidance?
In simple terms, or in a layman's language, I would kind of digest what career guidance is. One is that from its own generic word, career, something that you want to do or something that you want to do out other than the things that you have as a talent. Then guidance is something to take in or something to guide you to a particular direction. So when you combine the two, is that someone must guide you, must give you a direction in what you want to be in future. If you want to be a teacher, can you be guided on how to achieve, on how to arrive at that goal of becoming a teacher? So career guidance in simple terms is a decision or a direction one must focus on, or an assist from someone aside. Yes.
So basically, do young people even understand what career is? Because if we went and did a survey in a secondary school and asked the young people there that, you know, what do you want to become? What are you studying for? Majority of them don't know what exactly they are studying for. So basically paint for us that kind of a picture in a secondary school.
I think the problem that comes with the issue in career guidance in students of higher of institutions is that the problem students are not studying to better their dreams. They are studying to better the dreams of their parents. And this is not to discourage parents from assisting their children, but they should first understand what do their kids want for themselves. The problem here comes in that a parent will say, look here, you should become a doctor like someone's son. But he forgets that people have different abilities and different aspirations. At the end of the day, you find a kid is studying something or suffocating on something to please the parent. At the end of the day, God forbid, if the parent goes away, the kid is not studying to help himself, but the person who has been mentoring him to do something is no longer there. At the end of the day, the person is stuck, frustrated, and has nowhere to opt. So I would encourage parents, before I give a guidance, is that let students, they understand what do they aspire to be. Then how can they attribute or build them towards the development of their career guidance in the due course.
Okay, coming to you, lady. To your understanding, who is supposed to get career guidance?
The person who is supposed to get, according to my understanding, to the layman's language, career guidance is not only made based on the students or those in institutions. Even the big people, the elders, some of them specifically, they really need career guidance, because you're going to get a parent who is working, doesn't know why he's working. Either he's working for the family or he's working for himself, he doesn't know. So such a person, when you see the person is going astray, that one needs also guidance. He might be working in a carpentry furniture, But when he's not what? He's not gaining anything which will benefit the family. So it's the role of a career guide to guide the person to go on the right track on what's new. Then also students, high school, from primary, let me say just from nursery. Because even in nursery, they're going to teach you, they will ask you, you want to be a doctor? Yes, I want to be a doctor. So the teachers will know how to mold you up, how to train you up to become a doctor in future. It's the same applies from secondary, primary, up to the university level.
Yeah. Atushire, when is someone supposed to get career guidance?
Someone is, in my own understanding, someone is supposed to get career guidance from the age of understanding. It is actually supposed to be from home, your parents nurturing you in what you're supposed to be, depending on how they see your current abilities at any age, and goes up to the university, even past, because you'll get past university and then you actually realize you have better abilities than what you studied, and you can decide to take on that. So it's basically at any age. Yeah.
So at any time, according to what someone is doing, they will need to be guided on how to go about it, basically.
Yeah, true.
Okay. Coming to you, Andrea, you talked about, young people in schools basically doing what pleases their parents, not what they should be doing or what their ability can help them to do. How can someone, for example, understand the guidance that a young person needs? Because when we see this career guidance that, for example, we go and do in secondary schools or in primary schools, we are doing general career guidance. You don't understand what individual needs of a given student are, and therefore the guidance we are giving at times might not really serve the purpose. How can we be able to understand the needs of a given student and then equip them with the specific guidance that they need?
Okay, I would like to first appreciate my co-panelists that on the things they have discussed, because you see, there is a saying that charity begins from at home, and we cannot deter the fact that for us to stem or to groom students in what they should be particularly groomed in career guidance is the environment they live in. One is that students tend to depict pictures or tend to grow the path or stem from what they want to do in the future, from the areas they grow in. It's very hard to tell a student or a child to start growing rice when they are used to having cut around themselves. So one, if you borrow from our neighbors, for example, countries like China, USA, they pass through the message through the instruments they play, the dolls. You find there are students who are sided to the materials of science, others are affiliated to issues of engineering. And you will know that, look here, my son loves organizing puzzles and he may be a good engineer. So parents must first correlate. The problem here, the parents have let the kids be with house helpers who don't a little bit look at what they desire. So one thing I feel on how to develop them, we must develop, like how Elijah said, from their level of understanding. My child is walking around, what does he want? Every morning when he starts speaking, mommy, daddy, what do you want to become in future? You say there's a doctor, there's a lawyer, they do this. You tell them all fields. Then they select. Then when they say, I want to become a doctor, make them a vision, surround them with people that are in that profession that they want to go to. And then when someone does something they love, they do it with passion. Thank you.
Coming to you, how can a young person out there in primary school, in a secondary school, be able to choose a career of their dream and understand that this is a career I want to do in the future?
Thank you, the host. Let me first thank my colleagues for whatever they are contributing. According to me, the person in high school, for someone to understand the career that I want to do such and such a person, first of all, you have to understand since childhood, what was your desire? What have you been desiring? Because you might be maybe in childhood, for example, like me, since childhood, I've always tried to be an accountant. Being an accountant, if someone asks me what do you want to be, I say, I'm an accountant. But as you grow up, things go on changing. That is why you hear a child in nursery saying, I want to be a doctor. Primary, I want to be a teacher. Secondary, you find someone saying, I want to be a policeman.
Sure.
Yeah, the careers keep on changing as you go. The things are becoming harder and you're deciding on what to do. But I find it now, if you have reached like in secondary school, now secondary school I can now decide like I want to be a doctor or I want to be an accountant. Yeah, if you want to be an accountant and you have people to guide you, you have been undergoing career guidance from different people from different areas, you can become one of them, because you're going to see the person that's giving the guidance on to do like this, to go on this side, I want to be a doctor. You're going to start grooming yourself to behave like a doctor. Even the materials you're going to hold according to yourself, your movement, you'll move like a doctor. Like the way they say that if you want to be a lawyer, move like a lawyer. What shows that you're a lawyer? Your movement shows, your actions, even your speech.
Yes.
So after me realizing I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I will see Elias Lukwago is a lawyer. So how does he take himself? He's always serious, very smart.
How does he talk?
How does he talk? His speech, you quote those ones that you can groom you. So I have to follow that very route. If he's always smart, I will. Even if I used to be that, I'll have to start becoming smart. The speech, I will value whatever I speak out. So for someone in secondary school, it's very easy to catch up after you realizing, and you have now someone who inspires you. It's always having inspiration and the guidance from the surrounding.
Yes. That's great. Basically, what I learned is that if you understand I want to become a doctor in the future, start acting like one. I can give that from my own example. From when I was a child, I knew I wanted to either become a lawyer or a journalist.
Yeah.
And therefore, I used to practice this at school. And for those people that I studied with, they know when I ever had a case to answer at school, teachers never allowed me to talk. They would punish me first and then let me talk. Because the moment you let me talk first, I'll give you enough reasons for why I did something and you'll not be able to punish me. And I knew that, yes, and from the debates that we used to have, I was engaging in debates, and all that was helping me to build on being a lawyer. But at the same time, I was the person who was anchoring news on assemblies, whatever something I find. If you're in a group discussing something, me, I get a story and write. I go and talk about it on assemblies. So that helped me throughout to work on what I'm doing, and today I'm doing exactly that. So that's a good example. Coming to you, if I get to know that this is my career, I'm in primary, I'm in secondary, what should I do to mold that career?
Make a plan. You see, what unfortunately our education system in Uganda teaches us to pass exams, not to do what is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And that's very bad. I think when people who are very passionate about what they do, make research and try to get to know what they are supposed to do and how they are supposed to do it.
Yeah.
It's very important for, let's say, a person who wants to become a doctor at a young age, starting to give first aid on soccer matches.
Yes.
Trying to take a clear picture of what he's going to be doing.
Instead of reading biology literature.
Instead, you can read that for the case of, but it shouldn't be like a main emphasis on like what you are going to do in the near future or future. So make a plan, see what you need, and make more research about it.
How were you able to identify the career that you want to do?
I was able to identify a career I want to do from my dad. My dad is a serious businessman. He wakes up early in the morning.
Yes.
You see him writing some stuff of what he's going to do and making plans. See him washing his truck to put his goods for sale. So I wake up, grew up seeing him do that.
Yes.
And I'm inspired. So I go to university, do business, and try to practice what my dad does.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm growing my career.
So now you're also going into business.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
So that's it, basically.
That's great. So from your point, that shows us that parents have to be fully involved in helping their children identify their potential and career. But also parents need to know that everything they do, their children are learning. And they have to put that in mind, that whatever I am doing, I am inspiring my child to do the same and involve them actually.
Yeah, true. Because every parent wants the best for their children. You want the best for your children. If your child becomes a failure in life, other people in the community might say this man might also be a failure, or he learned things later on at an elder age. So it's very important for parents to nurture their children and monitor them, teach them what they're supposed to do, realize their personal potentials, interests, engage and see what they like, and it's really going to be important for them in the future. They won't have bad thoughts about what they are going to do, or copy other friends because of peer influence and stuff. Because it's really going to be important for them.
Coming back to you, Andrea, basically we understand that career guidance moves in hand with mentorship. What is the relationship between the two?
You see, when before you aspire to become someone, you must have an aspiration, what we call a muse, that you look up to. Now, let's say for example you wanted to become a journalist. There is someone who's supposed to groom you. The person who's grooming you must have either a technical knowledge on it, or must be the same field that you aspire to go to. So career guidance, you cannot be, I would give an example. Someone cannot be a drunkard and is mentoring a person on how to become a doctor of responsibility. Like Elijah said, the reason why he wants to become a businessman is because of his father. So his father aspires him to become a business person. So at the end of the day, career guidance and mentorship correlate or move in hand in an intersection of what they should be moving forward with. So one, I would say that before you aspire to be guided in some career guidance, first who inspires you in that field. For example, when I was going to become a lawyer, I used to look at advocates in the military courts on how they used to do their things. And I was like, why don't I become one? Because one, they do a lot of intensive research. And not to challenge most civilian lawyers, but lawyers who do martial law are more knowledgeable about the law. And there is a way they have a code of conduct, not only inside court, but even outside, wherever they go to. So they inspired me to become a lawyer. And also even the people that were surrounding me, in the injustices that there is law, but people don't understand that I could do this and don't pay a fine. So I appreciated, and I told my parents that, look here, I want to become a lawyer. And that has been a seasonal thing through debates that have nurtured my speech, because before you become a lawyer, you must have the eloquence to stand before people and speak without shying away. So mentorship also needs a correlation from who's guiding you, leading you to your path of the career that you want to become.
Okay. Why is it very important for one to get career guidance?
Why is it very important? Thank you for the question. It's important for one to get a career guidance because, trust me, without guidance, you can't do whatever you are doing. For example, you're a journalist, right? And you, from your childhood, you realized you wanted to be a journalist, and you had someone who inspired you, and you had either the guidance from your mom, from dad, from friends, even the teachers at large. So in order for the good part of someone to get a career guidance, it grooms you to be a better citizen. You can't compare someone who attended career guidance in high school, primary, and that one who just went from, because we have people who just ignore study. Someone say books are hard, I can't continue with it. Then there's that one who is going to pass through. Books are hard, yes, but I'm passing through primary and getting guidance from different people. Someone is bringing to my mind, maybe since my childhood I wanted to be a soldier, but it's not what's now going on. But now since the guidance, someone is going to, because there are some jobs they say, if you take this job, it has no employment. If you take this course, it has no jobs. If you take this course, then there are those jobs. Those courses, they think that they have a lot of jobs. But now maybe I wanted to be another course, and that course has no jobs. So I will transform myself. Even if my moral was not to do that course, I will now start developing the idea and the interest into that course. I develop myself. Like, I personally, the course I'm doing right now, I wasn't willing to do it. But my parents said, you want to be an accountant? Yes, you're good at accounting. Yes, you're good at math. Yes, but you're too broad to talk to the public. I told them, yeah, talking to the public is right, yeah, but I wanted to be an accountant. They said, yeah, you can be an accountant, but I don't see that in you. Then I started now bringing myself into what he wants me to be. I also developed now the love for the course, the love for the job. It's what I'm doing right now. So for someone to get career guidance, it's very good for someone to get career guidance because it grooms the person.
Okay.
You know?
Tushire, first of all, the way we used to get career guidance, getting these old boys and old girls coming back to our schools to talk to us, and getting these, experts to come to our schools and talk to us, is that still happening in schools?
Yeah, sure. It's that the Ugandan setup doesn't change. I have a feeling it never changes.
Okay.
I personally do that. Go back to my former school.
Yes.
Even when I'm not doing the career, try to tell my hobbies, look here, this is what you're supposed to do. And it really never changes. And I think it's very important because young children in schools need to know, if I do this, am I going to become this? Or how much am I going to earn? How is it going to be important for me? Am I going to have this job flexibility and do my other things? So it's really important for people to have that, children, students, pupils, to have that information in back in their schools.
Okay.
Because it really helps them a lot.
Yes.
And it's a very good take for all head teachers, school teachers, and elders of schools. Yeah, it's really important.
Okay. Andrea, first of all, we want to understand if, for example, we want to help these young people be able to choose the right subjects, choose the right combinations, choose the right courses, and be able to get the right careers. What should we do? What kind of guidance should we be able to take to these young people?
They always say that the tree does not, the fruit does not fall far from its tree. One is that parents have a major role. Before we blame the teachers, parents have a major role to set up an environment that is friendly from the childhood stages when a child is being groomed. Then, parents also have an obligation or a duty to pay to the parents. One, that the reason why we should encourage parents to focus on their students, one, they should first affiliate what jobs are available. The problem that we're having in the current job arena is that most of the times these students are not groomed. That, for example, they think that you must be employed. No, you can aspire to become a journalist, but you find you cannot be employed by a TV station. What do? Start up a YouTube channel, So then, before now they select subjects, they must understand what is the weakness of my child. When they go for first term in primary, what do they aspire to? Do they perform sciences very well? Do they perform arts very well? Then what do they want? Because also you must know individually, what do they want? You must tell them, if you're a lawyer, you must be doing this. If you're a doctor, you give them a tray of all the things they need. When they select that, then you try to see how best they can improve. If they're not performing well in sciences, you can take them for coaching. Then you make them have this. At the end of the day, students will not appreciate having a career in offices, but they will appreciate to start on their own individual enterprises out of the career they've understood. The problem that is among the youth, they think that I should study, at the end of getting of university, I should be employed. No, you can become an accountant and start up an individual enterprise on your own. It does not need money. You can begin as a separate entity, either be it online and it's mobile. If you're a doctor or something, make sure you create another entity that does not only benefit you but other people around you. Don't become a seeker but become a creator. At the end of it, that's what parents should now tell their kids when they're growing up. Okay. I think that should be the talk.
Okay, lastly, give your message out to a young person who wants to build their career. What should they do? And also, we are into the festive season, so you can have the opportunity to wish your loved ones Happy Christmas or Happy New Year. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I would like to thank everybody who was listening. Thank the host. Thank my colleagues for coming. My message to the youth around. The youth, we do believe in white-collar jobs a lot, and we have seen the white-collar jobs are becoming limited. There's no way you're going to study and you say, I'm going to work into someone's enterprise. Yeah, you're going to work, yes, but that person also started his or her own. Why can't you also start your own? Slow but sure. They say slow, in Uganda someone say, there's a saying in Luganda, it says, "Wala kwa tempo la tuka wala." So if you begin slowly, you'll find yourself developing. You even, the people you admire, so you find someone admiring, I feel like I want to be like Sudhir. Yes, you want to be like Sudhir. What is making you to become like Sudhir? Are you doing what takes for you to become like Sudhir? And what you're doing around yourself going to make you be like Sudhir? So my message to the youth is that we have to look upon ourselves. Don't just say you want to be something and you're not putting the energy. You're not putting the energy of what takes for you to become that person. That's all.
Okay,
then
thank you.
I want to wish my mom, my father, my friends, all my siblings Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thank you. Atuishide, your last message.
Thank you, Ivan, for hosting us on this show. We are really grateful for such an opportunity. My last message to Uganda and the whole world is keep the grind on. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. Keep moving. Don't give up. Do what you like, and the energy is going to surely pay off. That's what I think.
Okay.
I believe the energy always pays off in everything you do. It's really important. Lastly, Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
I think I just have a simple message to the youth that are watching us out there. One, they should have 4 basic values. 1, patience. Patience is that it's not that you get out of the campus and buy a car that you want. Be patient. 2, be hardworking. When people are sleeping, don't sleep because you haven't made it. I always tell my friends, but the reason why I don't sleep is that I don't have any reason to sleep. I haven't made it. The day I will rest is the day I will die. Thirdly, is that always have what we call a friendship basis of connecting. Bring so and so to your own bracket, on your circle, so as they can assist you. Don't gather drunkards or don't gather people that they are good for social life, but also add a bracket that develops you as an individual. 3, have respect. The problem with the youth, most times they come to offices, they are so arrogant at most times. And it's all about us humbling ourselves, because when we humble ourselves, it helps us to get to greater heights, and also it enables us to achieve what we want. Other than that, I'd want to wish all my colleagues and comrades a very happy Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Thank you so much, colleagues, for having made it and spared your time to come and speak to us. And I hope the young people of this nation to be able to transform themselves. I do believe Youth of Purpose is going to change this nation. I do believe that. As we give the young people a platform, and you can hear the things they talk about. If you think that knowledge just comes with age, no. Also, these young people can also be able to share something that can transform this nation. And for you, a young person out there, if you want to grow your career, make sure that you start working on it from as early as today. For the parents, support your children. Get to understand what they like, what they can do, what's their ability, what are they good at, and support them to become exactly that. I know of many parents that when a child talks about becoming, for example, a musician, and immediately they want to disown them, you understand? So understand what they want, support them, and definitely the best will come out of them. I thank you so much for watching this show. My name is Ivan Tumukunde. Follow me on my socials, I_Tumukunde on Twitter, Tumukunde on Facebook, Ivan Tumukunde on LinkedIn. I thank you so much, and I wish you a very happy New Year. A Merry Christmas to you all. Bye-bye.
Youth of Purpose.
The big boys are getting swallowed up. Qatar has become a land of surprises. Expect the unexpected in this year's World Cup, and don't be surprised if you also walk away with a brand new Boda smartphones and big money. Just get your phone and dial *210 *9#. Make your prediction and win. Anything can happen anytime. I repeat, get your phone now. Dial *210